wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a castle, how will you wear your leisure? You zip it back and front on the fence together. Weekends in leather, flip to the right and slip back to the left for handshakes to the ranch.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan. This is James, and today we're here to talk about soccer moms and their impact on foreign policy, also domestic policy. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description box. The website is in the intro to this video. That's right, guys. Hot take. I say this every single time. This is your warning from life. Click the link. Please donate. Any amount will help. 50 cents, $1, $20, $100. Any amount will help. So please consider donating. Okay. So I sort of wanted to move away from the Ilhan Omar spectacle, but it just keeps growing and growing. It's a self-feeding thing. It's a snake eating its own tail. It's just constant. It never stops. I don't know if the snake thing was the correct reference or not, but screw it. So I go on Twitter, number one trending, Meghan McCain, and I assumed it was something bad. I also partially assumed it was something about Ilhan Omar and anti-Semitism, because that seems to be the topic. Later on, I'll get my conspiracy hat on and tell you why I think this is happening. But for now, let's check out the clip of The View and Meghan McCain's crying eyes.
Are we comfortable with me rebutting now?
Yes.
Okay. So she also said Israel has hypnotized the world, suggested that Jews in Israel have bought U.S. politicians all about the Benjamins.
Mm-hmm.
Let's show those tweets real fast, just so there's content. We're helping her out, giving her some context.
I'll fucking help her.
So we have this first one here. Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. Hashtag Gaza, hashtag Palestine, hashtag Israel.
I think it's pretty safe to assume that she means the Israeli government.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying Jews and Israel has hypnotized the world. Mm-hmm. They leave the second part out, which is talking about a moral response to an immoral situation. Right? If you're claiming someone's doing something immoral, she's talking about Israel, the country here, then it leaves room for a moral response. And this is how she goes about it. I'm not saying she's the most articulate person. Also, I'm pointing out that Twitter, you have limited characters, so you can't write a novel of why you take this stance. But it is what it is here. I don't see this as anti-Semitic. I don't see
it at all, and I see a lot of people misrepresenting this and then calling anybody who talks about the Palestine-Israel conflict, you're an anti-Semite. If you're in support of, what was it, two-state solution? Yeah. Or if you're in support of, the Palestinians.
If you're in support of a one-state solution.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I fucked up there.
If you're in support
one-state solution. Yeah. As far as, can we just live together? It's like, you're an anti-Semite. You're an anti-Semite? Stop it.
That's basically saying you advocate for the destruction of Israel. If you want Palestine and Israel to combine for one giant nation, that means you want the destruction of Israel.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's silly.
It's bullshit.
I see a lot of fuckers.
Yeah.
They change their tune whenever that subject is brought up, and then all of a sudden, someone's an anti-Semite, and quotes get misrepresented. Or, there's they'll say the quote. Whoever's talking about the subject, they'll say the quote, and they'll fucking put add-ins everywhere. She didn't say that, or he didn't say this. Are you creating dialect? Like a dialogue here? What's going on?
Yeah, when you see someone start speaking for both sides, it's like, But let's check out the next one. Is this the next one? No, this is the next one. So this is Ilhan Omar retweeting and quoting Glenn Greenwald, who is a gay Jewish man. Just so you know, he's a lefty, quote unquote. Glenn says GOP leader Kevin McCarthy threatens punishment for Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib over their criticisms of Israel. It's stunning how much time U.S. political leaders spend defending a foreign nation, even if it means attacking free speech rights of Americans. And he posts a little article there. So this is clearly a self-hating Jew. He hates himself. As Ben, now don't say that. I'm just saying that. I got that from Ben Shapiro.
Oh.
He's a self-hating Jew. He's always been a self-hating Jew.
Small being with a huge brain.
Yeah. And Ilhan's response to that is, it's all about the Benjamins, baby.
I think it's pretty...
Inferring that,
Yeah.
I make a little side cash by propping up this foreign policy movement. And this is... Do I want to get into my... I won't get into my conspiracy theory yet. But let's just say they don't care about you. The normal guy who's complaining about anti-Semitism, they don't care about you. I'll just leave that as a little caveat. Okay, and then we have this tweet. This is from Batya Ungar Sargon. Would love to know who Ilhan Omar thinks is paying American politicians to be pro-Israel, though I think I can guess. Bad form, Congresswoman. That's the second anti-Semitic trope, blah, 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 blah. Her response is AIPAC, one of the high-profile lobbies, Israel lobby. It's in their name.
Does everyone forget? It's like lobbyists.
Yeah.
Does everyone forget that is?
Yeah, I remember we used to talk, well, mid, late, 2005, 2010, those areas around the Bush era, a little after Bush era, to where it's like, when I first heard about this lobbying, I'm like, isn't that bribery? And people are basically like, yeah, it's basically legal bribery. You're allowed to do this.
Yeah.
So to say that they're not using money for whatever purposes, granted, I think it's not so much about the money. Maybe the newer people who are not ingrained in the whole conflict thing, but traditionally, lobbies have a lot of power. And to act like AIPAC has no impact is crazy. Also, to act like AIPAC is the only pro-Israel lobby there is also crazy. Like Ben Shapiro, well, AIPAC only gives $5 million to blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, there's other lobbies too. It's not just AIPAC. They're probably the most famous, most known.
Especially when you see, speaking about AIPAC, especially when you see how the Al Jazeera documentary talking about, Israeli lobbyists in America.
There it is, right there, right? The Al Jazeera documentary, where there's factions of lobbies working to do whatever. I still think it's more than that.
I'm sure.
But,
I remember it was just one they were looking at. One select group.
So we showed her tweets just for context, because I don't think she'll explain it at all. Let's hear more from Meghan McCain.
Imply that American Jews have divided loyalties and it's okay for people to push allegiance to a foreign country. I again say, why this obsession with Jerusalem?
Also, I don't think she says Jews have divided loyalty. I think she said there's certain Americans that do that have divided loyalties. And if you're a normal person looking at this, you would think so. Because I just heard Lawrence Wilkerson, a former chief of staff for Colin Powell, talking about how the relationship between Israel and America started. Like, it took a long time before it became an actual strategic thing to have Israel be like the mainstay in the Middle East. Beforehand, it didn't make sense. But after that George Bush era, 9/11, Iraq war thing, that's when Israel became a strategic partner, to where it's, I'm earning something by working with you. Before that, that wasn't really the case. So it's like, why were they supporting them in the first place? Why didn't they pick out another random nation and say, okay, we'll support them?
Why were they like we're all for it? Netanyahu talking about it. We're for the invasion. Fear. Beer porn.
Yeah, the same guy, Lawrence Wilkerson, also brought up Truman back in the 40s and 50s, I believe, something like that.
Okay.
To where he says, to where Truman was saying, well, most of my constituents are Zionists, so that's why I support this. It had nothing to do with strategic value, had nothing to do with Israel has oil, we can take advantage of them and make money off of them. So the whole the beginning of the relationship didn't seem to have anything to do with mutual benefit. It just seemed like, I don't know what it was. It was helping these guys out. And maybe that was lobbying or something. Maybe Truman was making something on the side to help out.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised, especially, considering corruption in the governments. Yeah. So, or now people in general.
Now, I'm just some guy looking at this. Imagine all these some guys out in the world looking at this. They're going to draw conclusions. And then when they see Ilhan Omar make a comment about this and they see the fucking uprise of these creepy crawlies coming out of their caves, like, anti-Semite, like, all these people. And it has obviously has nothing to do with Jewish. Meghan McCain is not Jewish.
No, but she's a creep.
She's not Jewish, but she's doing this as well.
She's a creep.
And it's like a whole spinning cycle of it. It's Ilhan makes a comment about AIPAC or Israel or something, and people are like, "Oh, anti-Semitic." And every other question to Ilhan is about Israel. And then these guys go on TV and they say, "Why do you keep talking about Israel for?"
Like, are you serious?
Like you're constantly asking her about it.
Yeah.
You're constantly bringing her name up with this thing.
This reminds me of, like, if you ever see clips of when they're talking about the Afghanistan or Iraq.
Yeah.
Like Fox News, like newsreels and shit like that. You ever see that? It's like, you just hate America. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Except,
whole bunch of things going on here.
And then when you're not there, if you're the one being interviewed or whatever, in the next week or the next 2 weeks, they're gonna be talking about you when you're not there. It's just scary. We'll misquote you. We'll fill in for everything you probably meant. As far as this is what she basically means. She means destroy Israel and get rid of all the people. That's what that means. It's like, what? Big Ben does it all the time.
Yeah.
And he gets away with it.
We might have a special video about Ben Shapiro. Something for shits and giggles.
All I'm saying is,
chuckles.
All you gotta remember is they threw the babies out of the incubators.
Yeah.
Like, remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, you Trump supporters should be keen to this, where the whole mainstream news crashed upon Trump. Every little thing he did was scrutinized, and they just crapped on him. And
yeah. Even him, pulling out of what?
I'm talking about before he got elected.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Right? That's one of the main reasons why people were voting for him. Like, fuck, all these people I hate are against this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You might even throw Alex Jones into that category.
Yeah.
He saw all the mainstream news hating this one guy. He's like, oh, he must be the
anti-establishment.
Anti-establishment.
Yeah, okay. The billionaire's anti-establishment.
Yeah. So let's continue. My conspiracy theory is coming. I haven't gotten there yet.
Jerusalem and Israel. Why this obsession with this specific area of the country? And as you've said many times, these are dog whistle comments for Jewish Americans.
Yes,
they are.
You fucking dog whistle foreign intervention, and you dog whistle that. This guy's a dictator. He's a problem. I don't know what to do about it, but
they need to do something right now.
There needs to be some freedom over there. I don't know what to do about it, though.
Action needs to be taking place.
Yeah.
I'm not quoting her, but it's like, fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means when you have this massive platform and you keep telling people that this guy's evil, he's killing kids.
Yeah.
He's an evil person, he kills kids, he kills dogs, he kills everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think's going to happen with that? Let's continue.
And they hear what she's saying, and
she has to apologize. But you have to admit, Megan, that it is disingenuous of the Republican Party to go after her. This is her point, when they are backing a president who is in bed with dictators committing human rights violations.
Really,
and who traffics in bigotry. Let's go.
Maybe she's talking about Saudi Arabia. Maybe like, okay.
It's not clear enough, so I can't really say anything. I
like that point, but she's got to do more with that.
Here's the thing, and this is my conspiracy shit. let's say she was talking about Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
Or any other country, you know. It's like, are you gonna purposely be vague so that way you can flip flop so you can stay with her on her good side? Just saying.
I don't know.
You heard those.
I haven't watched the show close enough to know. I know Jimmy Dore apologized to her.
To her?
To Joy Behar.
For what?
Because she was actually standing up for something, but she wasn't detailed about it.
Okay.
She didn't specifically say it out.
It's one of the benefits of being vague. You can flip. But you heard
or it could be a soccer mom just talking shit.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But you heard the putties in the background. Woo! Yeah!
But this isn't about them.
No.
This is about...
What I'm saying is...
You and your crocodile tears.
I wanted to say that.
Fuck, sorry.
But... Yeah, like I'm saying, it's one of the benefits of being vague. No one really knows what you mean, and if it's time to find out what you really mean, but you already know what everybody else is thinking, if you want to stay on their team, all you gotta say is, "Yeah, I meant that. That's what I meant." Venezuela, horrible dictatorship.
Possibly. Let's continue.
So just really quickly, since we're talking about, I take this very personally. I would go so far as to say I probably verge on being a Zionist as well, but I will say that I don't.
And you wonder why just a normal person hearing that, considering all the content they've ever listened to, and they hear the word Zionist, they're going to have a shock reaction to it.
Especially.
You're going to see Adam Green tonight on YouTube.
Yeah.
These are open Zionists. Now, people that want to call them anti-Semitic, it's like, well, she's not Jewish, and she calls herself a Zionist.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not talking about Jewish
Look
people.
at Joe Biden.
Let's look at things realistically.
Joe Biden isn't Jewish, I believe.
I don't know.
But he openly identifies as a Zionist.
There you
go.
go.
All I'm saying is, real quickly, look into what her dad did and look into what her grandfather did. You fucking tell me that's not what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I'll lead you down a little rabbit hole where as far as the history is, a geopolitical history of that area, how shit came to be.
All right.
Fucking creepy.
Look into John McCain, and you know the granddad's name?
I do know that. Basically, heavily involved in a false flag.
Well, let's let them figure it out.
Right.
Check out John McCain's history in the Middle East and also his father.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue.
I don't have family that is Jewish, but Joe Lieberman and Hadassah Lieberman are my family.
Yeah.
And I take the hate crimes rising in this country incredibly seriously, and I think what's happening in Europe is really scary. And I'm sorry if I'm getting emotional, but
you're right.
The idea that this is politicized, I'm really not. I was very nervous to talk about this on the show because I thought it would become politicized, and it really shouldn't be. On both sides, it should be called out.
Right.
And just because I don't technically have Jewish family that are blood related to me, it doesn't mean I don't take this as seriously, and it is very dangerous. Very dangerous. And I think we all collectively as Americans on both sides, and what Ilhan Omar is saying is very scary to me, and it's very scary to a lot of people, and I don't think you have to be Jewish to recognize that.
Fucking crocodile ass tears.
Nobody's buying. Her tears could be real, but nobody's buying that.
You know what I mean.
What Ilhan Omar said is some sort of threat.
Yeah.
Now, what I think is going to happen is
very dangerous.
What I think is going to happen is they're going to create a threat with this type of jumping out to something that you shouldn't be going so crazy over. It's going to create the extremism because then they're going to be like, well, all this other shit's happening, but I don't see you crying about it.
There's nothing.
There's hate over here, but you only talk about this one.
There's nothing even remotely anti-Semitic or anything fucking dangerous about anything she said.
You're going to create the extremists when you do this because now, okay, you have Ilhan Omar saying something that wasn't, was it explicitly anti-Semitic? She didn't say anything like that, but you're taking that way and you're pushing it into the forefront of all the mainstream news, and everyone's talking about it. It's number one trending all over and shit. And you're going to get people to be like, there really is a conspiracy to protect Jewish people, isn't there? People are going to think that.
Well,
Once again, I'm just a normal guy looking at it. People are going to take that and run with it.
It's like what you said. It's going to take some sort of nasty event to sway everybody's opinion.
Well, I think it's going to be a minority of people. But you are going to create...
I bet not everybody, but minority. Yeah.
A minority of people. You're going to create some extremist thinking for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Majority of people are like, fuck these guys. They don't know what they're talking about. Like, they had those, everyone has the tweets right in front of them that they can look at and all the information they can look at, and they're like, no, I don't see anything wrong.
Yeah, but
because when I look at this channel, it says Israel has done shitty things. Why aren't they being called out for it?
I mean, it's very understandable how like a guy like Adam Green would go, you see, look at all this stuff. It's like, well, look what you're doing.
You're giving them ammo.
I haven't seen something like this in a while.
Yeah, this
is kind of up there.
Yeah, considering, and I tried looking for Meghan McCain stuff. I've seen nothing about Palestine. Maybe her father, but not her. So it's like there was a protest where 50 plus people died. I believe it was 1,600 plus people injured.
Hey, you gonna cry for them?
No casualties or injuries on the other side. Maybe there was like a small, like a single digit amount on the other side. And it's like, people are going to look at that and say, what the fuck? Why are you favoring them? If you want to call out both sides, call out both sides. And
just keep
but when they say sides, they mean Democrat and Republican.
It's tough for me not to believe, or at least think that this could have been like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this on TV. I'm gonna fucking cry on TV. It's very dangerous. Fuck out of here.
You're gonna create another I Stand with Ilhan.
What? You know what this fucking reminds me of?
What?
It literally reminds me of when it's like the day of the war, 2003, day of the invasion, like that. Day of invasion, and fucking Bill O'Reilly had those fuckers on.
Yeah.
Those generals, no souls.
The only time Bill O'Reilly shuts up is to let generals sell us more.
And then he had someone else on. I can't remember his name. I believe he was a
professor.
That's a professor. And he talked about how it's too dangerous to protest.
Bill O'Reilly was saying it.
Yeah. It's like, what?
He says, it's like, you're wasting our resources of police officers when you guys are out there protesting against mass murder.
Yeah, it's too dangerous. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
He wanted felonies for protesters.
Yeah. He wanted to be like, listen.
They're endangering lives by, taking our police resources away. There could be a terrorist attack at any second, but we have the police busy dealing with these damn protesters.
That dude is up there.
Damn people with consciences.
As far as like the all-time fear-mongerers.
Yeah.
In media history, that dude's up there, straight up.
Yeah, he might be. I mean, if we're not counting Nazis, he might be number one.
I don't remember the Bill O'Reilly of Nazi Germany, so
I'm sure that
I'm gonna have to look at stats.
They exist.
I'm gonna have to look at stats.
Might even be Hitler himself. Who knows?
I'm gonna have to look at stats. And to be fair, I'll have to look back into the 50s, 60s, etc., just to see like, was there a guy for like Mainstay, like who just kept pushing shit? Who knows?
Man, I don't know. All right, so we're done watching the clip, and we're done with our officials, our PR confirmed quotes.
James, you can say fuck.
Our public statement. But now I want to get to my
your conspiracy.
My conspiracy.
Oh.
This is unsubstantiated. It's out of left field. Who knows?
All right, go ahead.
Are they doing this as far as not just Meghan McCain, but all these establishment political types? Are they using all this anti-Semitic crap at Ilhan Omar to shift the election back to the establishment? Are they using, if you don't denounce Ilhan Omar, how could we vote for you? Are they using that type of mentality?
No.
Are they using that mentality to get the establishment guys who will shit on Ilhan Omar? Like, I'm guessing Bernie Sanders won't. I'm guessing Tulsi Gabbard won't shit on Ilhan Omar. But the establishment guys, they'll play their roles.
Oh, sure. You can see it on Twitter.
Yeah.
You'll see these guys like, all right, time to comment now. But the
cool
thing about it though is, whenever those guys did do such, people were just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. It kept going. I was like scrolling. I'm like, ha 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 ha.
So if these establishment candidates all use that, like, I stand up, like, they could obviously have some sort of creepy move by CNN or MSNBC or whoever's doing the debates to ask a question about this particular topic.
Yeah.
Just so they can hear the establishment guys say, I stand against hate. I condemned Ilhan Omar back when it happened, and blah, blah, blah. And then that'll at least paint the perception so they can steal another election from I would say, actual Democrat.
Yeah.
These guys are corporate. They're not actual Democrats.
Well, again,
as far as I see them.
As far as a corporate Republican or corporate Democrat, it's really like, it's literally a mask.
Yeah.
Because whenever those fuckers get in, they always do the same shit, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, that is my conspiracy theory. I throw it in the air. I wipe my hands of it. It's for you guys now. Enjoy it.
It's about gravity. It just falls back on you, and then you're wearing it again.
Do you have any conspiracy theories for this?
Her? About her?
About this whole Ilhan Omar scenario, all this shit that's happening.
This shit's gonna fire back on. People are too aware.
People are not normal people are not buying this shit.
People are too aware.
They're not buying it at all.
Yeah. And I was a little upset because like when I saw this all happening, I'm like, I underestimated some people. I was like, fuck, this is gonna be horrible. Now people are like, fuck you, we're not buying it. I'm like, good. Now don't let her get away with the fucking tears.
Yeah. I think they just shit on her in general. But
doesn't matter.
Whatever. Expect another.
You know what that does? That shit. Every time I see someone do this, and it's some sort of point, whether it's genuine or not, because I understand ignorance. But when someone tells you, right, that little girl.
Yeah.
What was it? She was the daughter of the ambassador to where? Kuwait. She's like, okay. The baby's in the incubators.
Worked with the PR firm to practice her lines.
Yeah.
And practice crime.
That's what I mean. It's like whenever I see that shit. Or whenever I see the fucking with Finkelstein,
yeah,
him like going after that girl for the crocodile tears or whatever the fuck.
I think she was legitimately crying though.
Who knows? The point is, it's like, if it's bullshit, you gotta fucking knock it down. Now,
I'm a little different. I would respect the tears, but you're also saying words. You're not just crying on its own.
And well, for
There's
me,
words
it's like,
coming around.
All right, you're in the View.
Yeah.
What network or channel? MSNBC, right?
ABC.
My bad, ABC. Okay.
Disney bitches.
ABC.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
These guys probably get more viewers than the nightly news does. Because people are tired of the nightly news.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
When you have someone like this, it's very dangerous. It's like you're spreading fear. Now it's your turn.
Yeah. By the way, I don't trust Joe Lieberman either. The family she talked about.
Mm-hmm.
The friends, very close friends that are basically family to her that are Jewish. Joe Lieberman, former independent candidate. Jon Stewart would make fun of as like Droopy, the Droopy dog. What is it?
Droopy.
I can't do the voice, but
no,
it's I can't do it.
Do it.
I really can't do it.
Oh no, I can't do it.
Go look it up. Jon Stewart does a impersonation of Joe Lieberman. It's fucking hilarious.
I want to watch it.
All right. But all right, that's it from us, guys. Tell us what you think. Always comment. Please subscribe. Subscribe would be awesome. Please donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description box. Website is in the intro to this video and our past videos. Any amount will help, guys. Check out the website, the GoFundMe account. Read the story. It's about one of our subscribers and his wife. They got to pay medical bills, and we don't have free health care. Probably because of people like this.
Yep.
She would probably stand in the way of free health care. Like,
guys,
how are you going to pay for that?
It's very dangerous to have free health care.
Yeah.
Very, very dangerous. Sorry, but come on.
So, yeah, please consider donating. Link in the description box.
I hope those tears are genuine.
They might be.
I really do.
It might be almost like Ben Shapiro, where you have that daddy figure that you're looking up to, and you're crying. You're really crying for them, but Dad happened to surround himself around this type of issue, so you're really crying for him, but he just happens to be in the same area. All right, that's it from us, guys. Thanks for watching, and give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.